You guys are going to continue doing what you're doing on defense. They're asking us, the league is asking us not to do it. Fuck off! That's exactly what I gotta say. The coach of the year should be able to figure this shit out. All right, you guys keep going to their bench because they're so fucking stupid they can't signal plays in.
A concerned Chicago locker room as we return to the Legends Cup here in Los Angeles. I'm Chet Buchanan with the coach, Bobby Hugo, our hard-working LFL Films crew at halftime. Atlanta's played keep away. They've controlled the time of possession. They were 20-point underdogs. They're only down 2. They've got to be happy.
It is a major victory so far for Atlanta, only being 2 points down. But the big concern is how they're going to stop Crisdale the Ferrari Harris in the second half. She already had 78 yards on an incredible 11.1 yard average. For Atlanta, Dakota Hughes is really cold right now. 2 out of 10, only 17 yards passing. She's got to pick it up, but remember, she's a fourth quarter quarterback.
Atlanta has controlled time of possession. When Chicago has had the ball, they have been dominant. The Ferrari's been running all over the place, but the alarms have got to be going off as they are only up 2 points at halftime. A lot of that has been due to some critical errors like this Heather Furr interception, the big run back. The Chicago defense let Atlanta score. Naz Johnson from a yard out with only 6 seconds left in the first half. Chicago did get on the board. The Ferrari, Crisdale Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. Our score is 8-6. Here at halftime, let's take a look at the first half stats.
Chicago has doubled the offensive production of Atlanta, with Crisdale Harris accounting for 95% of the offense. For Atlanta, they settle down. They have to give the ball to Naz Johnson, and quarterback Dakota Hughes. Watch out for her in the second half. That's when she gets hot. I got a feeling she's going to do it again tonight.
It's anybody's ball game for the Legends Cup right now. That's it for halftime. Now, 16 minutes separate these two teams from a championship. The 2014 Legends Cup, your second half kickoff, is coming up next.
Man, finally a reason to enjoy shopping. Visit LFLshop.com for all of your LFL gear and merchandise.
The 2014 Legends Cup ready for second half action. The first half was definitely sloppy, but there was a lot of physicality.
What the fuck, Heather? Let's go.
Defense wins championships, and we have 2 great defensive teams tonight. 2 great running backs also. Crisdale Harris, the most valuable offensive player, 78 yards. Mia Alfonso, only 11 yards. The rushing game is killing Atlanta.
And Mia Alfonso will kick off to start the second half. Deandra Fry deep for Chicago. The 2014 Legends Cup second half. It is on. Fry at her goal line. The ball goes over her head. She's going to try and bring it out. Luckily for Deandra Fry, she's tackled in her own end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Fry can fly. That's why Coach Hack has her back there, but she obviously can't catch. All thumbs.
Right on cue, Coach Hack shaking his head. Alfie Gore leads the Atlanta Steam defense back on the field. We asked her how she felt about Atlanta being underdogs.
We realize we don't have anybody believing in us, but that's okay, because the only fire we need is the belief that we believe in ourselves. We're going to go out here and we're going to play Atlanta football.
That's been the Steam's attitude all year long. They don't care. They just come out and play football. They are part of that new world order.
And here they find themselves in the Legends Cup LFL Championship game, only down by 2. Heather Furr with a little misdirection, had the pitch person, but keeps it herself. Out across midfield, a 12-yard gain on first down.
That's why I love Heather Furr. She's never pretty. She's always stumbling, bumbling, but she still gets 12 yards here. She doesn't throw the ball pretty, but she always makes big plays. But she was last year's MVP, and it looks like she has a good chance to win back-to-back titles.
She just gets the job done. We see it week in and week out. Jenny Mack and the Atlanta defense looking for an answer. First down from the Atlanta 23. Quick inside handoff, Dina Fagiano, another first down to the 10-yard line before she's brought down. What a great play there, huh, Coach?
Chet, every week she makes a big play. It's almost like she's their secret weapon. Everybody goes right. They always hand it underneath the Fagiano, and it seems like every week it's 12 or 15 yards, 1 or 2 times a game.
Not enough to make it a first and goal. They're going to mark her down at the 11. First and 10 for Chicago there. Option left this time. Pitch to the Ferrari.
Hey, you better think about it. You better think about it when you tackling me. You better think about it.
Crisdale Ferrari, this is Chicago Bliss football right there. Option play down to like great pitch by Farrah Ferrari, and then as always, she talks trash, and you know what? If anybody can, she can. The greatest rusher I've ever seen in the LFL. Tonight in the championship game, 11-yard average. That's just incredible. We still got almost half a game to play.
Ball on the ground, it's loose, still loose. Who's got it? They're giving it to Atlanta. Another huge break for the Atlanta Steam.
All year long, we said the only thing that would stop Chicago from winning back-to-back championships are these kind of mistakes. Here we go, a basic pitch, you can't handle it. It was going to be reverse coming back the other way. Bad handling of the football, Atlanta football.
Holly Oakes made the fumble recovery for the Steam. They'll go into business at their own 9-yard line, only down 2 points. Who would have believed it?
Dakota Hughes only 2 out of 10 tonight, no touchdowns. She had a terrible rating, but this is her part of the football game. I can't wait to see what she does.
How many times have we said that? She doesn't look good, she's off tonight, and then, just like that, an amazing play happens. Why are they blowing the whistle?
That's a touchdown.
Johnson goes into the end zone. That should be a touchdown.
How is that incomplete? How is that incomplete? Okay.
Let's see the replay on this, Coach.
There's the ball. Still, it's up in the air. It's a touchdown for Atlanta. Oh, it hits the foot. It never hit the field.
It never hit the ground.
Wow, that's huge.
Now's the time to throw that flag, Dane Robinson.
Come on, Dane Robinson. That was a touchdown.
Nope, they're just going to go ahead and run a second down play. Wow, Naj Johnson, a nice gain out across the 15-yard line. Allie Alberts with a big hit. Wow, but this game, this could be an Atlanta lead right now. The officials blew it.
Legends Cup games are decided on momentum changers, game changers. That was a game-changing play. Naj Johnson, she's having a great game. She's great in space, we mentioned that. Only 5'2", you can measure 5'2", but you can't measure her heart.
Mia Alfonso may be leading the team in rushing after the first half anyway, but Naj Johnson is having the biggest impact. On 3rd and 2, handed to Johnson again. She's got room to run across midfield, down to the 22-yard line. First down, Atlanta.
She is fun to watch run. She is quick as a hiccup. Watch this. Watch her turn her corner. Bam, comes back inside. Boom, comes inside, and right now they are dominating Chicago.
Atlanta with a first down. They only had 2 of them in the first half. Looking a lot better on offense here in the 3rd quarter.
Chicago has no emotion right now. This team, which plays by their heart, they are back on their heels.
Dakota Hughes to throw. Wide open receiver. Stormy Monroe to the 10-yard line. A 12-yard gain and another Atlanta first down.
Dakota Hughes, she is in a zone right now. She's really seeing the field. She's got great awareness. They picked up the blitz wide open. This looks like the Atlanta Steam team we saw all year long.
And Dakota Hughes, the closer you get to the end of the game in a tight situation, the better she gets. Great poise for a 19-year-old rookie. It's a first and goal at the Chicago 10. Naj Johnson nowhere to go there. She's brought down immediately. In fact, a loss of 5. Chantel Taylor busted through the offensive line.
Dakota Hughes has to change the cadence. Chantel Taylor anticipated that snap count and almost looked like she was offsides the way she got in the backfield so quick.
It is a second and goal, but they're back at the 15-yard line now. Dakota Hughes and her Atlanta Steam team only down 2 to the powerhouse Chicago Bliss in the Legends Cup. Hughes with an empty backfield. She'll throw. Lot of time. Looking to the end zone. Coco Montgomery, it's just too far.
Great protection up front by Atlanta. Great coverage by Heather Furr. Right now, Keith Hack, we asked him what he thought about Atlanta, if anything impressed him about that team.
No, nothing. I got nothing for you.
That is classic Keith Hack, isn't it?
Nothing impresses him about Atlanta. I love it, but that's Keith Hack. Nothing scares him. He thinks he can beat anybody.
You better be scared about Naz Johnson, who almost broke that ball to the end zone. As it is, they stop her at the 10-yard line. Another crucial 4th down for Dakota Hughes and the Atlantis team. 4th and goal from the 10.
Heather Furr knows how big this play is.
Watch the lineman. Get the quarterback. Hey, man up, man up, man up. Here, Ellie.
You said it before, Bobby. Great leader on both offense and defense. Dakota Hughes needs to get the play in, and they need to get the play off. Critical 4th and 10. You don't want to be messing around, and they're forced again to call timeout. Anybody's ball game in the Legends Cup. A critical 4th down coming up. '14 Legends Cup in beautiful downtown Los Angeles. Chet Buchanan, Bobby Huco, our entire LFL Films crew with a 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. Heather Furr and the Chicago defense just need to keep Atlanta out of the end zone. Dakota Hughes, she'll throw on 4th down. She'll pull it down and run to the 5. She won't get there, and Chicago's defense holds.
Super effort by Dakota Hughes trying to get in there. There was nothing open in the secondary. She tucked it. She got hit by Heather Furr. Great tackle by Heather Furr.
Atlanta has had numerous opportunities. Can't cash in. The nearly dominant Chicago offense just can't score points. Let's see what Heather Furr has planned here.
Are you guys ready to play Chicago fucking football? Strong right, 21 dive. On one, ready?
Can't wait to see what Chicago football is, but we know it. Just grind it down the field with Chrisdell Harris.
They really haven't played Chicago football yet. This looks more like it. The Ferrari is loose down the sideline. She is gone. Touchdown, Chicago Bliss. But there is a flag on the play.
I saw it, looked late. Great run, number 1, by Chrisdell Harris. She always seems to have an extra gear, but Allie Albert, she comes in late and makes a clip, bam, right there. Actually didn't have any effect on Chrisdell Harris, and it's going to bring it back. You're right, Chet.
Let's make it official with referee Jeff Davis.
Blocking the back, number 11 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Results 1st down.
Coach Hack does not agree.
She was already past that girl. Are you fucking? There's nobody in this fucking league that's gonna catch her.
It doesn't matter, though. I mean, she obviously would have scored, but Allie Alberts did clip her. So they have to throw the flag. Good call by the refs.
I love that Coach Hack's like, back to business now. 1st and 15 at the Atlanta 23. To the Ferrari again. Big yardage again. Gone again! Chrisdell Ferrari Harris. Touchdown, Chicago!
She is doing this against a great Atlanta defense. She always seems to have that extra gear. Great run by the Ferrari all over Atlanta right now. A big turn of events. We went from that key play where Atlanta would have had a touchdown. Now Chicago has a touchdown. Basic handoff. You can't get more basic than that. She cuts it outside. Nobody touches her. That extra gear I was talking about.
Chrisdell Ferrari Harris, the Offensive Player of the Year in the LFL, gives the Chicago Bliss a 14-6 lead. Extra point coming.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We will play the PAT down here, and then we will switch ends starting the 4th quarter.
And Chicago will go for 2 points here against Jenny Mack and the Atlanta defense. Jenny Mack with the war paint for the Legends Cup.
I thought that was Alice Cooper for a second.
The 2-point conversion will come from the 3-yard line. Chicago well known for their quarterback sneak. They're going for 2, but the ball's on the 1-yard line. Another inexplicable call from the referees. The 1-yard quarterback sneak is good, but they'll give them 2 points for it. Regardless, we'll let them work it out while we take a break. The Chicago Bliss have extended their lead to 10 points as we've got 1 quarter to go in the 2014 Legends Cup.